regarding that angel devil hero, you're very open about criminal stuff in that. I guess it was all statute of limitations, so
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But bro, in Montreal, who the fuck? In Japan, anywhere there's pro wrestling or boxing or rock and roll, who the fuck do you think finances half of that and washes their money? I mean, come on. The
Yeah,
mob is involved in everything, dude. And was I involved in the mob? I still am. Who the fuck do you think my friends are?
yeah, I always heard, well, Gino Brito, he was arrested for loan sharking for and went to jail for it. Dino Bravo was killed over it. The
It was
Rougeos supposedly had
their,
connections.
their father was a fucking heavyweight. There was a lot of heavyweights in Montreal in 1950s, 1940s, Al Capone type guys. Like when the mob, people would go to wrestling dressed in a suit and tie, and it was a whole other fucking thing. And I was there when that unfortunate incident happened with Dino Bravo. I was in Japan when that other fucking guy, the guy dressed like a samurai, I forget his name right now, Hashimoto. I mean, dude, I've seen some shit. And in Mexico, I don't even want to mention that right now, but yeah, the mafia in Japan, it's the yakuza. They fucking, sometimes wrestling, there's no people. But why are all these big American stars going over there and coming back with handfuls of cash? Well, the yakuza would give them sponsor money. In Mexico, who do you think finances half of these shows and where there's always that element of the underworld involved with us, and it just is what it is, man. In Montreal, come on, man.
What could you share with us about the Dino Bravo that's not going to get anyone in trouble? What do you know about that?
I'll say it like this. I live in Ontario. So on the border of Ontario and the United States, there are different Native Canadian Indian reserves. Some of those reserves are on the border so that you have half the land, on either side of the country, and it's literally crossing the street. So some groups find it very easy to have a ship from another country go to a port somewhere in the country, and then things go on a train, and then they go to another part of the country, then they go into a truck, and then they get to a food supply or a school supply or something on a reserve. And if you cross the border on a reserve, the jurisdiction lies within that community. Law enforcement cannot go in. So certain tariffs for goods and services are not collected by certain agencies. And those agencies are even worse than the underground. So what was going on back then, one of the biggest money makers, in Mexico, a lot of people think drugs, the cartel sells drugs. Gasoline is $1 billion industry on the underground. In Canada, cigarettes and cigarette taxes are a big fucking deal. In Mexico too. I'll leave that one alone for a minute about that. But when you're have the opportunity to, if a cigarette, I don't even know what it costs in Canada. Let's say it costs $15 a package, $10 a package. If I can get that same package for $4, there's business, there's money. When you're getting garbage bags of money, people's accountability changes. Things happen. Hey, you were supposed to bring me something yesterday, not a month from now. Happened one time. Whatever scenario you want to paint on it. If you really analyze what happened to Dino Bravo, no forced entry, all the details, right? It happened, somebody knew him, whatever. There was no struggle. It's unfortunate when you play in a scenario that you try to do more than you are afforded. You know, you got to know your role, stay in your position, don't overstep boundaries, and no matter where you go in life, because somebody's watching, something's going to happen. There's somebody who wants what you have. I really think that Dino Bravo, you know, it's really easy to say he did this, he did that, he shouldn't have. You weren't there. You don't know what the fuck was going on. Was he in the right place at the wrong time, wrong place at the right time? Who the fuck knows? Who cares? Is it sad? Very, very fucking sad. But nobody ever mentions, you know what? Good, bad, or ugly, there's a good human being whose family went on in life without him. So it's unfortunate that this business lets people go to that level. And I really think if this business had more counseling, had more alternatives to talk, or if the bosses who have trillions of fucking dollars sees somebody slipping, hey man, do the right fucking thing, help him out, get him on his feet. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I'd like to leave that.
We always hear that the reason Dynamite Kid never got revenge on Rougeau was because Rougeau told Dino Bravo to pass along a message that if anything further happened, certain people would get involved. Do you believe that version of the story? Because it seems like Dynamite Kid would be very offended that he basically got attacked with the roll of quarters there, and it's weird that he never got revenge, being as violent as he was.
I think you've been in fights in the heat of the moment. You motherfucker, I'm sure right then and there, shit was said. Just bit my ass. I'm sorry. I think that when you have two high profile people in public and there's threats made, it's very fucking difficult to get revenge because there's legal shit happening. I truly think that Dynamite, if it's true, would have said, lock the fucking door, it's me and you, or we'll do it in the ring. From the little bit that I know about Dynamite Kid, am I right or wrong? I don't know. Dynamite Kid was a fucking skinhead from England. East End kind of kid. You know what I'm saying? Street guy. He didn't fucking grow up innocently. I mean, you walk around like that in England, you just look at the way he fucking walks when he was younger, you know, with his arms out and the head up, you know, and the fucking head shaved. That's not a gimmick. Those are streets. That's a message. If you're a street guy and you know street culture, you're being fucking told something by that posture. So I think in his character, I think he would have fought one-on-one right fucking there, right then, or just called it out. Do I think that the threats were made? Sure, of course. But again, when you're in the public eye, there weren't cell phones back then, but you have witnesses. Now that you've spoken about it and it's out there, you can't go and pick that fight because you're first suspect.
And I'm not trying to start any heat with Rougeau because he had a hand in my training, but he always goes around saying that he's the only Canadian to ever beat Hulk Hogan. You also beat Hulk Hogan, just to set the record straight on that, right? In WCW? Yeah.
If my penis had a name called Hulk Hogan, I fucking beat it 20 times a day. Does that help you? Yeah, I love the Rougeaus, brother. I do. And I was fortunate enough to pin Hulk Hogan on a Nitro, and I was very fortunate enough to be his partner on a Nitro, and I was humbled to be his friend.